Afternoon, Reds. How are we? Brentford, Liverpool in the Premier League Saturday. Prime time, 8 o'clock kickoff for the next 2 weeks. Unbelievable time to play football. Make sure you smash the like button, line up predictions, score predictions in the chat, and let's subscribe to the Kop TV if you have not already. Great time to. Loads of big games coming up, including Palace in the Cup next Wednesday at Anfield under the lights. This one, GTech Community Stadium. Mixed fortunes, I would say, so far in our history of going there. I think the first season we're in that horrible McDonald's yellow and checkered kit. I remember Curtis Jones scoring a screamer, and I think the game was 3-3. Then I think in 22-23 we lost 3-1, which was like the height of the Klopp kind of, beginning of the end really. And then obviously we beat them 4-1. I was at that game. Darwin Núñez scores that crazy lob, and then I was at it last year as well on my birthday. And Darwin Núñez, once again, the king of the G-Tech. What are we going to do without him this time? He gets 2 in the 94th and 96th minute, respectively. And it turned into one of the best away days I've ever had. But this one is a very different position for Liverpool to be in. Going to Brentford, they've just beaten Manchester United, West Ham. But Liverpool go off, a massive morale-boosting win against Frankfurt in the Champions League last night. 5 goals. It genuinely could have been 10. I said that on the instant match reaction last night. I said it could have been 10 goals, right? If you add them up, the Chiesa chance, the Isak chances, the Ekitike chances, the Salah chances, he should have 3. Bradley hits the post. He has a header just saved. So could have been 10-1, and that would have been some morale booster, but we'll take 5 all day long, obviously. 4th versus 13th in the league. They're 5 points behind Liverpool as we go into it. And like I said, yes, they lost to Man City. Very slim defeat, that one at home. They don't normally lose at home, this team. They're very good at home. They do struggle away from home, but they've been such a tough test for any of the top teams to go to since they came to the Premier League, and especially that kind of vortex atmosphere you get at the G-Tech, where it's all, there's planes flying overhead, there's a lot of noises going on at the ground, but it's definitely a very tricky team under Thomas Frank, and obviously Keith Andrews has come in and steadied the ship a little bit more than at the start of the season. But if you beat United and West Ham convincingly away, then you're obviously a very good team, right? For me, we have to go into this game as almost as if we're still playing in Frankfurt. I know that's crazy, but you got to latch on to the good things that have been working in a time where 4 defeats in a row, I should say, things obviously haven't been working well. So almost carry on with that same intensity, especially at the end. There was a lot of pressing, which was great to see. Team-wise, who have they got? This big fella up top, Igor Thiago. Saw his goal against Manchester United. He can run the channels. He can be a real nuisance. He's almost, instead of 2 maybe wingers last season in Mbeumo and Wissa, you've almost got, 2 of them combined into this big brute of a striker. So you've got to deal with him, right? Jordan Henderson got a great assist against Man United for Igor Thiago with that big looping ball over the top. So the line can't be that high because they can expose it with our former Premier League winning captain. Obviously, Queven Kelleher in goal, my brother, my Irish cousin. Love him. And I'm so happy to see him for another team starting every week. So that's what he deserves at his age. But again, try and slip one in, Geese, tomorrow. Help your Premier League champion mates out if you can. Fabio Carvalho came on and scored against Chelsea. Sepp van den Berg. So there's a lot of former Reds in this team. I definitely do not want any of them at all, to be popping up and scoring against us on Saturday night. It can't happen. And having just lost one of their first 3 Premier League meetings with Liverpool, Brentford have now lost in each of the last 5. So continue that record, make it 6. Liverpool scored at least once in all 8 Premier League games against Brentford. Their second best 100% scoring rate against an opponent after QPR. Scored 14 times against QPR. Brentford have won 2 of their last 3 Premier League matches, more than any of their previous 7 combined. They're looking for consecutive wins for the first time since April or May. We've already given a bunch of mugs a consecutive win last week. We're not doing it again this week. I refuse to do it. What an opportunity this is to go and put a marker down, by the way, before Arsenal. Wait, are Arsenal playing 5:30 Saturday, or is it Sunday? Yeah, they're playing Sunday. So again, go 1 point behind Arsenal. Big chance to see who test their bottle out. They're Sometimes I feel like Arsenal are almost the better team when they're chasing instead of when they're being chased. It's a mentality thing, which has definitely picked up for them this season, the mentality. But let's do our job, win our game, put the pressure right back on them, go and make them, drop points at home to Palace. That's Sunday's job. But for Saturday, we do our job and we win this game. Lineup prediction, Mamadashvili in goal. It looks like Alisson potentially back for, hopefully anyway, touch wood, just before the international break when we play Real Madrid and then Man City. So it'd be great if he was around for those games. But yeah, Mamadashvili in goal, who, apart from the goal last night, didn't really have much else to do at all. Couple of shots that he held on to well. I'm liking almost the balance between, obviously, Alisson is heavily right-footed. It's nice having that, when that kind of backwards pass does come in from a Konate and you're a left-footer, you're kind of passing it out and you've almost taken the stud roll away and you're just passing it into your destination to then go long with it or pass it again. I quite like having a left-footed goalkeeper. It's a nice change, I guess, but he's in goal. Right back, Connor Bradley. He was one booking away last night from a suspension in the next game in the Champions League, so I'm glad he played 75 odd minutes and kept his head down, was very attacking. I'd like to keep him high and wide, Connor Bradley. I think I would like to see. There was a couple of instances last night and against Man United where he's got the ball, he's got all the play behind him, he's got a load of space. Gakpo or whoever's on the left is kind of calling for it as if it was a Trent. He'll never be a Trent. But I would like him to kind of take on that 50-yard ping if he can. Be a bit more adventurous. I know he likes to cut inside, go around the side, but also come inside as well. So I just want to see a bit more of a risky pass, if it's on, obviously, for Connor Bradley. When he gets that ball out on the right back position, can you play that early diagonal across the pitch? Van Dijk, Konate both scored in their last game. Brilliant. Keep him in. I would go Andy Robertson for this one. Brentford away. He's got some difficult customers to deal with on that side, but yeah, I'll go Andy Robertson for this one. Midfield. Listen, can you drop Curtis Jones after that performance? Can you drop Florian Wirtz? Can you drop Dominic Szoboszlai? No, in my opinion. After that previous game, I think McAllister goes to the bench. This is just what I'd do. McAllister on the bench. I'd go. Ryan Gravenberch, we still don't know. There is going to be a press conference tomorrow, and I'll find out what Arne Slot says and do a video for you then. But would it be Arlas to drop him? I think it might be. So I'll go Curtis Jones. And again, you saw the confidence in his post-match presser last night. He's saying, I've got the confidence for the team to play through me. He's almost saying, look, Dom and Flo Wirtz, do your thing, but I'm taking that ball off the centre-back, playing it side to side, looking for the ball over the top. And I'm trying to make things happen. So I like that from Curtis Jones. He was brilliant last night. Florian Wirtz has to start in this one. A very combative midfield. Brentford, they're tight, compact. It's a very different prospect for Florian Wirtz. This is big physical centre-backs, DMs, smashing into you before you've had a first touch. This is different. This is the bit that he still needs to prove to Liverpool fans. Is in the Prem, with your back to goal. Can you open up and find that pass in behind for Ekitike? But it's a big game for Florian Wirtz. He's got to deliver now after a really good performance against Eintracht Frankfurt. He needs to deliver again now. So I go, Curtis Jones, Florian Wirtz, and probably, again, Dominic Szoboszlai. Again, how can you drop him at the minute? In my opinion, he's the first name on the team sheet right now, Dom. So good, does so many different things. And then, Cody Gakpo, can you drop him right now? Hugo Ekitike, can you drop him right now? Definitely not, to the previous two questions. And here's the conundrum. Do you now drop Mohamed Salah for a Premier League game? 2 games in a row. Can it be done? Of course it can. Again, with Mo Salah, he was greedy last night. He should have passed it, should have squared it to Wirtz to get an easy tap in for his first Liverpool goal, 100%. He's desperate to score. He's in a really barren patch right now as a winning kind of killer forward who is ruthless in front of goal. He was greedy, he was wasteful, but he is desperate to just, start again and get that boost again. But, you read back his, and again, he looked fairly apologetic to the Liverpool fans last night. There was a little bit of a clap, and then it was one of them. And then he kind of wanders down into the touchline and goes through the tunnel. And I think when you actually realise what he said to Twitter on Jota's death, and I'll read it again, and I think reading it back now, when you've actually seen the kind of form that he's in, which isn't obviously good, when you read it back, it says, I'm truly lost for words. Until yesterday, I never thought there would be something that would frighten me of going back to Liverpool after the break. Teammates come and go, but not like this. It's going to be extremely difficult to accept that Diogo won't be here when we go back. And he goes on to talk about his thoughts with his wife, the children, and they'll never be forgotten. But I think when you look at how open Mohamed Salah is when he writes stuff like that, and you see the form he's going through now, I mean, like Jurgen Klopp said in his recent podcast, it's not an excuse because it can't be. But at the same time, it's the situation, and everyone grieves differently. And I think Mohamed Salah, having read them words back, and this was, listen, it was only 3 months ago that Diogo died. This was the start of July. We're now at the end of October. And he's saying he's frightened of going back. So when you reread that 3 months on, it takes on a little bit of a different meaning. And I think Mo Salah, you can never write him off. Class is permanent, form is temporary. He will always come back and silence the haters. And a bad season for Mo is 20 goals, right? But I just think there's an extra something feels a little bit off with Mo. And quite clearly, the toll of Diogo's death has taken a massive impact on him. And obviously, again, any Liverpool fan will never say that this is an excuse why Liverpool have lost the last 4. But it is the situation. It is what it is. So when you reread that back, it takes on a different meaning. But Mo Salah, obviously, Isak looks like he's done his groin. Again, so unlucky, especially Jeremy Frimpong as well. But Isak, I don't know, man. Obviously, it hasn't been the best start to his Liverpool career on and off the pitch, probably with the lack of pre-season and his lack of clinicalness. I have seen him huff and puff a little bit. I don't think he is at full fitness, if I'm honest. I know Slot said he should be near it now. He's had 6 weeks, but I still think he's a little bit off. When you compare, Ekitike running through yesterday, I don't know if Isak moves across the ground as quick as Ekitike. But on that right wing, I'm going to leave it up to you. You've got my lineup so far. Leave it up to you to fill in that right winger. Is it Mo? Is it a Chiesa? Do you put someone else on the right who maybe, probably could have been a Frimpong, but he's now out? And let me know what you think to the final right wing position. I've done all the other players, but let me know on that one. Score prediction, I'm going to go for Liverpool 3-1 winners away at Brentford. Win this game, get to 18 points, and then let's see if Crystal Palace can do us a favour on Sunday. Right, guys, big match preview that. Don't forget, we've got the instant match reaction videos coming from straight after the game. I'm going to give you a press conference reaction tomorrow on Friday too, and then on Monday, Hot Topics pod, and then again, more previews going into that Palace game again next Wednesday. But that's my lineup prediction and score prediction for Brentford Liverpool. I'm going 3-1. Let me know what you think in the chat, and we'll see you on Friday. Take care.